Hey everyone, welcome back to Collector Not Hoarder. This is Tom. I hope everyone's having a great day. I'm kind of going through some items I got here on my desk that I'm getting ready to kind of put away. And I wanted to do a quick video of some of these things. This is stuff that I've acquired over the last few months and haven't shared yet, so wanted to share them today. And I'm going to start off with this beautiful 1969 Roberto Clemente in a PSA 5. I won this on a contest on Instagram. And, I actually own this in a PSA 4 already, which I'll probably end up putting up for sale now. But this 5 is just fantastic. Just wanted to share this. I don't think you'd ever need anything better than a 5 in this card, just because everything looks so good. Centering's great on it, color's great on it. Just super nice. I was very happy to win that. That was a great card. I do collect some Clemente stuff. I probably have 7 or 8 different Clemente Topps cards, but not a super collector by any means. Next, I'd picked up this. This is a 1949 Bowman of Steve Gromek. He was a Game 4 winner of the 1948 World Series, where the Indians, that was actually the last year that Cleveland won a World Series. But I saw this, and it is signed by Gromek, and it's a really nice copy of this card. It'd probably grade maybe a 3, but just having a signed copy of a 48 Bowman card is really awesome, especially being a Cleveland fan like I am. This is just a beautiful copy of this. Next up, I have this is a 1924 Aguilitas, and this is of Manuel Cueto. He is a Cuban Baseball Hall of Famer. This is a pretty decent copy of this card. These are pretty tough sometimes on condition. You can see it does have some staining on it. But I wanted to have a copy of a card from this set. And a lot of the Hall of Famers and high-end Negro League guys are kind of out of my range. But I was able to get this one. This was actually another deal off Instagram that I had done. And Manuel Cueto, like I said, he is a Cuban Hall of Famer. He batted over 300 11 times in his career. His career spanned from like 1911 to 1939, so he was around for a really long time. He was a batting leader in 1918 and in 1926, I think. And he's still ranked 10th all-time career batting average in the Cuban Baseball League. So it's the closest thing I'm going to get to a high-end player out of that set, but very happy with that. Next, I have these. These are 1920s F130 Gridley butter cards. So they came with Gridley butter, and you can see down here it says a picture with every pound. And on the backs, it just talks about the dairy products. But these are the same images that are used in the 1911 T68 Heroes set. And these actually came from a scrapbook. But these are really nice copies, really clean. You can tell, very nice. No heavy creases. There is just slight paper loss here on this one, but you got Christopher Columbus, George Washington, and Ben Franklin. So a couple of the bigger names in the set. You can get a Lincoln in the set, which is a big card. But these were super nice. Really happy to add those to my non-sports collection. Next is this beautiful, I believe it's right around 1909, this patriotic die cut that's got Lincoln and Washington. And it's actually a self-standing one. You kind of bend these corners down here and it would stand up by itself, but it's for Worcester Salt. Just a neat trade card, slash die cut. So very cool. These are from the 1907 Hills Inventors set, and you got Wilbur Wright and Samuel Colt. So just two kind of key cards out of the set. It came in two different series. There's a Series 1 and a Series 2. These are both out of Series 2. But these are really nice copies and pretty tough to get, actually. These images that were on this 1907 set were actually reused on, I believe, a couple different sets in the 20s. But this solo Wilbur Wright, I don't believe was used. I think there was a card that had Wilbur and Orville Wright both on the same card later in the 20s. But this is a really early Wright card. And just a very cool set. Like I said, those came out of Series 2. I do have the full Series 2 here. I just kind of have them stacked together upside down. But there are some other great cards in this set. I do have Series 1 on the way here, which that one has Thomas Edison and Ben Franklin in it. But I just haven't received those yet. And speaking of Edison, this is a 1900 Felix Potin. And these are blank backs. But this is a nice early Thomas Edison card. It's a really good copy of this. You do get a lot of chipping on these edges with these black borders sometimes. And these do come out of scrapbooks. So there's usually staining on the back. And if there's not, that means that you had somebody that used some really weak glue. And so you didn't get too bad a staining. But I also have a President McKinley that came from that same set. So both really nice cards. Love those. I have quite a few Felix Potin cards. Let's see. Next, these are really cool. These are French die cuts. So these came from France. I actually bought them from a seller in France. And die cuts of Christopher Columbus and President Harrison. And I believe these are from the 1890s, early 1890s. But these are just really cool, super unique. I've never seen die cuts like this before for Columbus or an American president even, a full body die cut. And then I have, this is an 1890 N102 Honest Long Cut. It's from the Bridge series, and this is the Brooklyn Bridge. These are super amazing pictures of bridges in this set, and the backs of these cards are really fantastic as well. Just how they incorporate the bridge with the logo there. But just a great copy, great detail of the bridge in this. I have another card from this set, but the Brooklyn Bridge was one of the main ones that I wanted from that. Next up, I have, let's see, these are 1888 N28 Allen & Ginters, and I actually got the complete rifle shooter set all in one swoop off of eBay. They're not the best of best, but they're still really good. And you got Captain Bogardus, Dr. Carver, and the main two that I wanted from it, which was Buffalo Bill and Annie Oakley. And the Buffalo Bill is actually a relatively nice card. Just a little bit of back damage to that, not bad, but presents really well. And the same with the Annie Oakley. You can see there's a little bit of damage on the side here, but the back also has some paper loss. But overall, these are super tough cards to get at good prices anymore. And I got all four of these. I think I paid $200 for all four. So couldn't be more happy with that. That was such a great find. I think there were some people that were scared off by some of the damage that's on them, but you know, me, I was fine with it. Next, I managed to pick up some Goodwin Champions, 1888 Goodwin Champions. If I can find these in kind of lower condition, I like to pick these up as well. And this is James Albert. He's a pedestrian. You can see it's got a stamp on the back. James McLaughlin, he is a Hall of Fame jockey. And you can see a little bit of staining as well on that one, but still pretty good. And then the main one that I wanted that came with that was this Isaac Murphy. So I was actually able to get the Murphy and the McLaughlin in the same lot. And I think I got I think it was Australia that I bought these off of a guy. So super happy with that. There's get that to clear up. The back of the Murphy. It's got a little bit of writing, a little bit of staining, but such a tough card and a great one to have from the set. You know, I'd love to get some baseball players from that set one day, but those are currently not within reach for me. Let's see. I got a handful of 19th century trade cards that are just really kind of cool. This first one is for Hunt's Remedy. Just a great image. Hunt's Remedy was just kind of like a cure-all medicine back then. And you can see that, you know, the picture is of the guy beating off the Grim Reaper, so chasing away death. I don't like the way I worded that a second ago. But he's trying to keep death away with his bottle of Hunt's Remedy. And nice back to that. God, I can't believe I said what I said there. So this next one, take from this one what you will as well, but just a unique, beautiful, kind of oversized trade card. It's for Rough on Rats. It was like a pesticide, but the imagery on this is just incredible. This came out of a scrapbook that I had picked up. It's just some staining on the edges where the glue sat. It's not actually paper loss on there, so it's just a lighter color where the glue sat. But overall, just super cool. After I got this, I started researching it a little bit, and this one's actually kind of worth some money, and I didn't realize it. So I didn't buy the album for this card, but just found out that this one was actually kind of valuable, but super cool. Another trade card. This is great. You know, I don't have exact dates on any of this stuff. They're typically 1880s, 1890s. But this one is of General Grant standing on top of the world. Just thought this is a cool image of him. I think he's holding his cigar there, smoking a cigar. But very neat. And it's a really nice trade card as well. You can kind of see the bleed through of his image on there. But that's a tough card as well. Very cool. Another one, Statue of Liberty. This is for Jersey Coffee. I think this is probably 1890s. But Statue of Liberty cards are great. And it's got a nice back on it. Pretty clean copy. I guess I have two more Statue of Liberty cards. There's this one. This is a beautiful card as well. This is a tough one to get. I've only ever seen a small handful of these, probably just 2 or 3 in the last few years of this style of card. This is a tough one. This is blank on the back, since the advertisement is here on the front. But really nice card. And then this one, this is really early Statue of Liberty. This is a 1882 American Institute. Beautiful copy of this card as well. You can see the Statue of Liberty on there. 1882 Grand National Industrial Exposition. So, very nice card. Clean back. No tears, no paper loss, not trimmed. Fully intact. Beautiful. Next, this is a card I was chasing for a couple years, and I was actually able to pick up a couple, go figure, within a couple months of each other. But this is a 1878 trade card of Edgar Allan Poe. This is a tough one to find. And like I said, it took me a couple years. There was one that was for sale a couple years ago, and I missed out on it. And then just probably 2 or 3 months apart, I was able to get 2 of them. And I'd been waiting for one to come up for a while. So got these. They're both blank on the back. A little rough, but it's the front that I'm really concerned with, and the fronts look great on these. So super early Edgar Allan Poe, 1878. Let's see. Baseball trade card. This is kind of like the cornerstone of my trade cards. But this is I think it's 1880s. This is the National League American Eagle Fine Cut Tobacco trade card. This is a highly sought after baseball trade card. And I'd actually picked up a scrapbook album that had this in it and got it out, and it looks pretty good. Some of these have really rough backs to them or heavy creases, trimmed really bad. This one's fully intact, really nice, and I was super happy to add this. This was another one I'd been trying to get for a few years and always goes out of range for me, but it seems like I have pretty good luck with scrapbooks, and that's where this one came from. But very happy to add that. And let's see. Another baseball item. This is now currently my oldest item that depicts baseball on it. I've seen this listed in the 1850s and 1860s, so I'm not exactly sure when. I just know prior to this, my oldest baseball would have been 1878. But even if this is sometime in the 1860s, it's still the oldest one that I have. But this is super thin paper stock. This is a reward of merit card. This was typically given out by teachers to students for doing something good. And this scene is probably one of the most popular reward of merit cards out there, just because it's got a baseball scene on it and typically considered one of the earliest scenes. But I know there are earlier actual baseball cards of a real game being played, but just for what I have, this is one of the earliest, and it's a really nice copy. It does have a little writing on the back, but overall, this is really good. Typically, they're gonna be trimmed up, and want some really high prices for this sometimes. I got this one for a really good price from a dealer on eBay, but I was very happy to add that. Been searching that one out for a long time as well. All right, and then the last thing I'm going to talk to you about is what I have in the background there. Those are steel plate engravings of presidents and authors. And I don't know a ton about them, but I do know that they were distributed over a couple different years, and so there's a few different sets to them. You get color variations and a lot of different styles for them. But you can see I got 2 Lincolns over here. I got 2 Edgar Allan Poes and a Washington. And these are from roughly 1880. I think that could be like plus or minus 2 years on some of these. So anywhere between 1878 to 1882 is when these were kind of released. The Poe ones are kind of the key ones that I wanted from the author's set, and obviously Lincoln and Washington are the ones from the president's set. And I actually have a full president's set here, and I just took it out, but they come in this little sleeve here. Here's the rest of the presidents. I don't need to go through all of them, but it does have everybody here up to, oh shoot, who's the most recent? Chester A. Arthur. So this is kind of the checklist here for what's in this. It's the 21 fine steel plate engravings of the presidents of the United States. and it gets you up to Chester A. Arthur in 1881. So, you know, everybody that's from then on back is here. So Jefferson and Grant, Jackson, John Adams. So these are beautiful cards. They're typically right around a 5x7, I think is what they are. And you can see they have kind of like a gold trim around the border. They are very thick cardstock, but they are gradable by PSA. PSA does grade the presidents. I don't know if I've seen any of the authors graded yet, because these are two separate sets. Like I said, I'm not sure if these are graded, but they do grade the presidents. But that was actually the last thing I had to share. I can finally get some of this stuff put away to clear my desk off. But I always appreciate you guys watching. Leave me comments down below, like the video. And don't forget, there's a fine line between a collector and a hoarder. Which one are you?